just because you're a guru or whatever, you can't walk into a grocery store and walk out with food, you know.
Well, actually you can.
You can.
But there's some consequences.
Yes, there are a few consequences to that action. Yes, that's absolutely right. You could. But yeah, being a guru, it's hard enough being a guru, but when you're the guru and the head of a path, or you're one of the ones there, you're holding the energy for the group. And you need to recharge. And it's very difficult to do it as it is, but if you're having to hold down a job on top of it, and trying to make a living, and being able to support yourself, plus holding the center of a path, plus answering everybody's mails, plus, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with people as well. It's not just what you see on the group sites. People are contacting you daily for other problems, other things, that you need your attention. So yes, every path, it has to be sustained money-wise somewhere. And you can't always expect that, well, Guruji is going to do it, Up to this point, and I've been very frank about this, I've got some government funds because I had been in the military before. But if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to give the time to the path like this, to give all my time for seva. I would be having to be out working a 9-to-5 job. And after 10 years, it's still, not enough donations. Everything's been done by donation. Nobody, has ever been charged for courses, any of that. We don't do that here. This is not to say that people aren't giving. I'm not saying that. There are some people, yes, that are donating monthly. And thank you so much for that. I know you're giving what you can. But when the path is small like this and you only have so many people, there's only so many funds that can come in without draining anybody. We don't want to drain anybody. We don't want this to be a hardship for anybody. So this is again why we're expanding the path, why we're expanding that. Because, a guru can come, can have all the wisdom in the world, whatever, but if the students aren't ready to support that, then it's going to die out with the guru. For sure. For sure. So all through history, even Ramana, you look at Ramana, he stayed where he was, and the people came, and they believed in it, and they built up an ashram around him. He wasn't out there having to say, look, I need this, You have people that are committed to doing that. And either people are committed to doing that or they're not. It's that simple. It's that simple. But I've always been of the mind, that I don't want to make everything have a price tag charge on it. Because there are people, like I said, there are people who, through no fault of their own, they simply don't have funds. And you can't say that because this guy is wealthy, that he deserves it more than the person that has nothing. And being a teacher, how can you not give that light to the other person as well? You can't. I won't sell out the path in that way. Okay? But after 10 years, what kind of a thing is that to say about the path when you've given 10 years of your life, day in and day out, without reservation, and yet you still can't even, you still don't even have enough funds coming in where you can be supported, where you don't have to take government funds. What can be said about that? So sometimes people take it for granted what they're getting because they get it so easily here. They can pick up a phone anytime to call me. That's unheard of. I don't know of any other path where you can pick up the phone and call their guru directly without going through a hierarchy of people. And I want to keep those options open. I want to keep those options open for people. Okay? But things, yes, they have to change, you know. And some of it's been that the group is, well, if it gets too large, then I won't get my individual attention anymore. And so people have been selfish. And this is why I think the Sarojini was asking, what have you gotten from this path? And everybody says, I've gotten so much, I don't know what I would have done without this path. Well, then why are you not willing to share it with others? Then why are you sitting on your hands? Why? Why? I have to ask that question, why? If your hearts are not becoming expanded and wanting to share that, then what have I done wrong as a guru? Then maybe it's right that this dies out. You know? Then maybe it's right if it dies out. Then obviously I've done something wrong. Then obviously, maybe as a guru, I'm not giving you enough to expand the heart into wanting to see this given to humanity. And maybe that's a failing on my part. I can't say. I can only give what's here. That's all. And it's up to the sadhakas to decide if it's worth it or not. That's all I can say. It's up to the sadhakas. Yes.
I think with the changes, I know I want to be. I see a need to organize, and I have seen that for a while. But perhaps I think we're kind of used to just getting direction, and we're a bit scared to take initiative because we don't want to be. I guess there's a fine line between taking leadership and then doing something that we feel is ego affirming. So I guess for me, that's why I've kind of held back because I don't want.
Yeah, that's understood. But how many years have I been saying? Years. This has not just come up within the last month or two. How many years have I been saying, please, go ahead and start meditation groups in your area? But nobody has done that. Yes?
It is very clear to me why the idea of starting a meditation group a little bit petrifies me, because really the idea of feeling responsible for somebody's kundalini opening.
But why would you be responsible? You're not the guru.
No, of course. But I mean, like, these practices, even the beginning practices, are incredibly strong. And, you know, suggesting, like, here, this is a path, and it's stunning, and it has done an amazing amount for me. Because I have a lot of clients who will say, you know, I really want to learn how to meditate. Because they're like, well, how did you start meditating? And there's a difference, though, between these people who are like, oh, I just want to, like, calm my, you know, bullshit down and my mind down a little bit, and to, I want to expand everything.
Well, this is why in the new group, for one, they're not given any mantra. This is why.
Can I, Pavana, are you saying if you would invite Guruji to come and do it in a real proper, wonderful way, your concern would be some of your clients maybe get their kundalini activated just being around her?
Or, I mean, I guess, yes, or just watching the satsangs. I mean, it's such an intense and powerful transmission. And, but then there's also my own bullshit, which is, I can't meditate without my kriyas rolling. And so then all of a sudden I'm engaging somebody about kundalini. And And it actually, I guess, makes me uncomfortable to go into, oh, well,